Oh shit, the headset. Howdy gang. Welcome back. Deadly Premonition. Where you can hear my voice this time, because apparently my last two streams had a little fuck up with the mic. I guess the software updated, and whenever it registers my mic here, it was just like a memory address or something, like it didn't say Yeti stereo, and normally that wouldn't happen if I just left it on default, but then we have the other issue where sometimes it puts my controller as the main mic, and we don't want that. So fuck me, the one stream where I don't check my mic as soon as I turn on the camera is the one where I've needed to do it. So yeah, we actually talked about a lot of stuff, and that's a shame because, not much happened. We were just like going around doing fetch quests while we were waiting for days to pass so we can order some fucking red beans and rice. Turn on. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I've got a whole list. Not too many animes because most of what I was watching kind of went like further. But I did a long ass conversation about Final Fantasy 16, and now I finished Demon Souls, so we're tacking that on, and like I don't know, it seems like a lot. I might not actually squeeze it in this session, and yeah, I'm really upset. Part of me wants to like go back and dub over it, but like it could be worse. The game audio is still there. I've almost caught up on editing my backlog, so like normally that's something I would have caught myself, but actually my mom's the one who told me, so that was embarrassing. I need to stop letting it get so big. Anyways, what are we doing here? I guess I just turned into Lord Hungers. I got the drums. The fleur de lis. I was thinking that one picture was the park next to the church, and I couldn't find it. But I confirmed that it is the park next to the church. And there's more than these 20 pictures. There's actually like a whole bunch of different albums. I guess each one is like maybe tied to the different chapters, so they're all like significant locations. So, in the case of me not being able to find the Anaconda skins or whatever was in the park before, had I had this album with me, that might have served as a little hint. A shitty little hint, but, a hint nonetheless, and God knows I needed it. I don't know. There wasn't much to happen. We got a few more drinks. You missed me calling the daiquiri a daiquiri, because I didn't realize it was a daiquiri until I thought about it.
Hey, Agent York, what's next?
Fear not, Patty. Our next stop is that stylish woman's house. Her name is Helena Doman, and apparently she lives in this town.
What? You want to go meet her?
You know her?
Yeah. Everyone calls her Lenna. Hey, how'd you figure out her name anyway? No one told you, right?
That's true. No one told me. Verbally. By pure chance, Zach and I happened to acquire this. We picked it up from the ground while the pastor was busy crying. Patty, this is a prescription for a female hormone medication, which means this person is undergoing hormone treatment. Understand? It's the Oracle. This is the ticket to the goddess that we were meant to find at the White Hall.
The ticket to the goddess is a fucking HRT prescription. I never would have guessed.
I just remembered something that Melvin said to me in the holding cell. Professor R isn't exactly a normal woman, according to him. Now it all makes sense, Patty.
It sounded like you understood when he said it.
Lenna Goldman is the stylish woman we've been searching for. Professor R, in the flesh.
Why is she
No,
Professor
Agent
R?
York. You might actually have some talent after all.
Yes, I'll be honest with you, Patty. Both Zach and I are extremely talented. So I hope you can trust us and continue working as our assistant.
What else did we miss? The fucking mutant bodyguards all around the, what are they called? You know, the famous, the Clarksons, the Clarkson estate. You know, like, the important character models all look pretty good, but then those bodyguards, they look like fucking mutants. They're weird. And they all have amazing asses, like, even bigger than fucking York's here. Like, they just pops out all the way to where his jacket is, man. It's nuts. I just thought it was important to bring that up. So, I don't remember which corner of the park it said it was, but, you know, ideally one with trees on it, I guess. It's a corner at least. Watch it. Oh, and you missed me talking about how awesome all these tricks we learned were while we were grinding out fucking points for OP badges that I'm actually really glad I got. Such a shame. A lot of rambling. You know how much I love to ramble. That is to say, I don't. There it is. The fleur de lis. What is that? What is that? What the fuck is that? Also, just punch out or swarm of hornets.
Patty,
so I'm here.
You live in a very peaceful town.
You sure about that?
Crazy. Oh, this is like the only place in the game with fucking hornets. It's supposed to be a peaceful park, but you're better off walking in the unmaintained woods.
By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Oh, no. I just figured that since we're working together now, it'd be a good idea to learn a little more about you.
Should an adult male like you really be asking a little girl this kind of question? Feel like I heard a story about this sort of thing on the news once.
There's a time and a place for everything. You know exactly who...
Oh. Now, considering how the rest of this is, this game has gone. Some tells me there's gonna be some offensive statements about this transgender character coming up. And I would like to say, please keep in mind that I'm like 80% sure that Swery is also transgender, so pretty sure that gives them the pass. It doesn't, but, you know, they all like to think that they, you know, speak for their entire community, even though they all behave very differently, so, you know, they get their own personal pass. This swamp. This button. We're near there, that's why I'm gonna go there. The food warehouse is another one on there too. I feel like I saw the billboard in a picture. No, it's just the loading docks. Should be around here. Oh, perfect. The Fleur de Lis. Isn't that like a club in cards? Why is it called clubs and not Fleur de Lis? Or lilies, at least. It makes a lot more sense, because, you know, diamonds are diamonds, spades are spades, hearts are hearts. Why is... well, hearts aren't hearts. Hearts are representative of the Holy Grail, but... close enough. That's just clubs? Like, what the fuck? It doesn't look like a club, it looks like a spear. I'd maybe buy it if you said partisan or something, but... clubs? Is this relevant? I think it's this building right here. See how it's got like the windows with the gross coming off it and then all these shipping crates? That could just be a generic building. Or one of these, even. Yeah, I'll see it when I see it. No. That's a water tower. That's also a water tower. The other one's like this sign that's on the way to the Clarksons. I don't have any trouble finding that. Where's the fucking ramp? It's in the swamp. Tie your tubes, bro. Is that water I'm looking at or a shadow? I think the plants might be recognizable enough. Whoa! Yeah, so I should probably recover our Final Fantasy discussion now. See, I always hate having to do this because, like, I already vented all my thoughts, and now I feel like I'm either going to be completely repeating myself, or I'm going to forget stuff. But, you know, Final Fantasy 16, I thought I was gonna like this one because it's like an action-y game. Not the kind of action I was expecting, you know. I thought that it looked like The Witcher when it first revealed, and it turned out to be more like Devil May Cry. Except major issue. Basically the reason I didn't really enjoy the game very much was just it gets stale. It's way too long for like what your moves are. You get new icons, or, like, elemental spirit ability sets throughout the game, but you're always stuck with your two-handed sword, and you one-hand because you're a badass, but, you know, that's always stuck in, like, fire element attacks, and you only have that one basic move set. Or, you know, in Devil May Cry, you get, like, a new weapon every single mission, and each of them has a full fucking moveset, and you mix them up and combine them with other weapons. You can equip like 2 or 3 at a time. Like, it doesn't happen here. Only your spirits can be swapped out. So you'll equip like three spirit sets. And changing your spirit changes the element of your ranged attack, but not your normal attacks. And there is no elemental weakness system, so it's just cosmetic, really. Some of them have effects, like the ice attacks might have moves that can freeze, or the lightning ones might do a little dot, but it's negligible stuff. And you can only equip 2 abilities of 4 at a time, which is stupid because you hold down a button to bring up the abilities, so like you press square or triangle to activate them, but then X and Y won't do anything while you're holding down the button. Like, why can't I just have all 4 equipped? It's fucking dumb. I guess that has something to do with game balance, but that's totally a numbers thing. Like, they could just gave them all long cooldowns or something, because you would have, like, literally twice as many abilities. It wouldn't be so bad. In the latest update, they actually just significantly reduced the cooldowns on a lot of abilities. Which, I don't know, man. Most of the accessories you can get are just, like, cooldown reductions on specific abilities, too, and, like, those are trash. I don't use them. Why? Because, one, most of them already do refresh quick enough. They didn't need their cooldowns reduced, but two, it's just, like, a negligible amount. And you already have enough abilities, even with the small amount. Like, I'm complaining, but you really do already have enough to go through them without having to wait too long with cooldowns. And even then, like, your normal attack usually does more damage. It's only, like, for stagger ability and stuff, maybe an effect that you want the other abilities for, really. So yeah, I didn't really equip any of those stupid accessories because I had to switch up the abilities pretty frequently to keep myself from getting fucking bored. So, you know, I left the one that automated Torgal's attack because that's also shitty. Like, rather than being an NPC, he is on the D-pad. He's your only companion that's almost always with you. And if you, like, push, I think it's left on the D-pad, you switch from your potions screen to the Torgal screen, and you like literally have to tell them every little fucking attack. It's horrible. It is horrible. So yeah, I automated that. I kept used one of my 3 slots for that constantly. The other one was just like damage boost and health boost. The other trains are just so shit. Does this not look right? I feel like this is right. Boy. So, companions. You know, Final Fantasy, you normally always have a party. I really liked 15, where you had the close-knit party of the 4 bros, and they like got closer throughout the journey, rather than having like a whole cast of characters that you're not using because the party got too bloated. But here you're basically always just alone. Sometimes you'll get Torgal with you. Well, most of the time you'll have Torgal, but then you'll have other characters that show up throughout the story. They'll be with you for like a couple missions, and there's a handful, like Sid, while he's around, is always with you basically, and then what's her face, Jill, and, you know, a couple other guests, and another character who we're not going to spoil becomes like basically a permanent party member. It's gonna sound like I'm spoiling stuff, but it happens very early in the game, and the promotional material spoiled all of it for you already, so just bear with me here. You play Clive Rossfield. You're like a disgraced noble, like your house kind of fell a long time ago, and you're like kind of a slave now. You have like this poison wyvern tail brand on your face. Means you're a slave. Slave man with fire attacks. It's basically Tales of Arise. But, yeah, they tell you that there's only, like, 1 icon per element, and your little brother, who is dead, was the icon of the Phoenix. But you're actually another icon of fire, known as Ifrit, and you're kind of, like, in denial about it for the whole first 10-15 hours of the game, until you fought another icon and finally, like, awaken, I guess. Doing. But, you know, that's, like, abnormal, and what you find out when you come in contact with another icon is that you can actually, like, steal the powers of other icon. Dominants, they're called. People who have icons. So, yeah, you are technically an icon of fire, like, that's your base element, but there's more to it than that. And, let's see, another thing about the promotional material, they're always like, this game is going to be told over the course of Clive's life, once in his teens, and then in his 20s, and then in his 30s. And it sounded like it was going to be, like, a whole confusing time-skippy story that maybe wasn't told in order. Not true. The game opens up in, like, a war when Clive's, like, what, 25? Just for spectacle, and then for the tutorial, it'll go back to Flashback Land, where he's, like, 15. And you will basically play Flashback Land until its conclusion, and then you'll jump back to the 20s, and you'll play through that, and then you'll do a little time skip again later on. It's not that complicated. And speaking of complicated, they made it seem like the story itself was going to be kind of complicated. Like, they were over this dark and gritty, and there's ass and titties everywhere. It's like Game of Thrones. We got, like, 3 different NPCs to help you keep track of everything that's going on, and I didn't talk to any of these fucking NPCs. It is not that hard to digest. Like, nothing is happening when you aren't immediately involved. The world isn't, like... it's not growing, you're not tracking a bunch of different parties, you're focusing almost exclusively on Clive, and then when he does something, you might get a cutscene of something else happening somewhere. Like, this is not Game of Thrones as much as they'd like you to believe otherwise. You do not need these 3 NPCs to help you keep track of the fucking story. I didn't think the story was that great either. I mean, it was fine. Everyone gave like a competent performance, but it's nothing special. The music was incredibly generic too. It was just like normal fantasy orchestra. Or low fantasy orchestra even. Like, and for a franchise that's known for its amazing music, that was rather disappointing. Like, just the other day, I got stuck in traffic and, like, a fucking boss fight song from Final Fantasy VII Remake came on, and I was like, yo, this hype. I loved it. It came on right when I got stuck in fucking traffic. I know one of these is at this damn factory. It's probably this one. Like, I see this, like, shitty little sheds. There is one song when you're fighting, Titan that is just incredibly out of place, because rather than generic orchestra, it's like dubstep. Very out of place. It was a cool fight, but again, it's really out of place. And speaking of the boss fights, or the icon battles, where you have like different mechanics, you like control a kaiju basically. They don't have very much in the way of mechanics, and it's shitty. They go on just a little too long. It's like you're punching a meat sack, and like, oh, you're basically just button mashing because you don't have a lot of moves. Like, you literally have square, 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 triangle, and your ranged attack, and then maybe halfway through the game, you'll unlock... Goddamn. You'll unlock a single ability, like what you use with your normal attacks, and what the fuck? Did I fuck it up? And towards the end of the game, you'll unlock the second ability, and that's all you get, just those 2 abilities. They go on just way too long, and another thing, like in the middle of the game, the Bahamut fight, that's like the peak of the game's spectacle. Which is really sad, because, you know, you got more fights against tougher foes still, but that's like the coolest one. Nah, it blows its load a little too early, in my opinion. And the story was fine, but I had issues with the last chapter specifically. Like, we talked about this a bit when we were playing the last game. But what's his face? Barnabas is like a Sephiroth asshole. He just appears out of nowhere to harass you for a little bit because he's trying to like break your will or something. Yeah, he like doesn't appear until he's relevant, but it feels like he would have been much stronger if he was harassing you throughout the entire game, because when he does appear, he kicks your ass, and then he kicks your ass like 2 more times before you eventually beat him in like the 4th encounter. And that happens over the course of like 8 hours. Like, you don't feel like you grew any stronger sitting between the first and last fight. You just got lucky, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'm not trying to go Clarkson. Oh, I made a wrong turn. So, yeah, I thought that was just, like, blatantly bad pacing. And it made his part of the story fall kind of flat. The whole section of the game was, like, a little bit of a letdown because, like... It's on another continent called the Walood, and you get there and everything's just, like, fucking dead. Like, there's nothing, it's just a straight shot to the boss, which is not how the other ones were. You'd have to do all these, like, side quests and whatnot to help out the locals, but there are no locals, it's just monsters. Another thing, the map, it's like open zone. Like there are 4 maps, and each map is a country, basically, like it's the whole country, and you'll go there on a mission, and it'll be like a locked space, but after you finish the relevant story mission, you'll go back there for like side quests, and you'll see that like a little path will open up connecting it to like one of the other big explorable spaces you went to for a different mission, and you know, as you play the game, it just gets bigger and bigger, and the side quests start taking longer and longer. But basically, it turns into a big interconnected open world, with the exception of the 4 maps being separated by the country's borders, which just feels weird at a certain point. Once the map gets so big, you're like, I can walk from this checkpoint to this checkpoint, which looks like it's right next to the other one on the world map, so why can't I just keep walking? Where's that fucking sign? There it is. So, it's like closer to it. There.
What else have you seen on that sci-fi movie channel?
Agent York, why are you asking me that?
Discussing movies is one of the most basic...
So the icon ability sets, there's one for each element with the exception of water. They like literally mention in the story that the Leviathan dominant has been like missing. Nobody has seen Leviathan for a very long time, and that was the latest DLC, which came out like this week, called Rising Tide. But for story reasons, I think that it's like a plot hole. Because the end of the game kind of relies on you having, like, destroyed all the mother crystals and absorbing all the dominance, but knowing that Leviathan is still out there, which means there's likely another mother crystal as well. And then the other DLC, Echoes of the Fallen, allegedly has another secret mother crystal, so that's like another fucking plot hole. And that's not a spoiler either, right? It tells you, like, your goal is to destroy the mother crystals. Like, on the fucking box. And you don't actually get to that for the first half of the game. Like, that's not necessarily Clive's goal from the beginning. Anyways, ability sets. So each one has an iconic feat, which is the whole reason you would even pick an element. That's the main deal. So each set has 4 abilities, and you spend your AP to upgrade it, and then you can spend a ton of it to master it, and that'll let you use that ability with any other icon equipped. So in New Game Plus, you'll be mixing them up, but it really is very expensive. You'll probably be sticking with, you know, the icon-specific abilities, depending on which feat you want. But the feats are all pretty cool, mostly. The one you start with for the Phoenix is, just like a leap. I mean, it's like a short-range blink attack. And it's kind of useless, especially once you unlock the lunge ability in your basic moveset, which like covers the same distance. So it's shit, but the fire abilities are powerful, so you're probably going to end up keeping it for too long. And then Garuda, the wind guy, he has like a grab that lets you do a little mini stun when you get an enemy to like half posture. And I thought that was too essential a mechanic, so I never unequipped that, which means that we only had 3 slots. I was only ever changing the 3rd guy. I basically almost always had fire and wind on the other 2. But the thing is, the other mechanics feel a little essential too, or at least one of them, because, you know, Titan comes with like a parry block button. It's not that the dodging's difficult, it works, but like the parry is powerful and I just wish I could block. I feel like that's an option I should always have. What, Ruma, the lightning guy, he has like a ranged attack, pretty useless, takes too long to charge up. The late one has like a dodgy shitstorm, like you do perfect dodges and you rain hell down, and pretty powerful, but also you like can't do anything while you're charging it other than dodge, so it's like a waste of time. I feel like you can get the same DPS in if you just don't use it. Unless you're fighting an enemy that has like a lot of ranged projectiles, then it's pretty good against that, but it's rare. Yeah, I like bugged this. Pretty pissed. It knows, that's why it's making the fucking sound. Oh well. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. We're gonna head over to Dr. R's. Let's see the other one. Shiva, she has like a dodge, which is shit because you can already dodge, but her dodge does like a freeze if you do it perfectly, so that's kind of cool. Just has some powerful abilities. So I end up using her despite thinking her iconic feat is shit. And Odin, the darkness one, that one actually gives you like a new weapon, kind of. It's shit. It's a trash weapon to actually use. But when you use abilities, it builds meter, and then you can do a charge attack with it, and that one splits like the anus of everything on screen, alright? It's a multi-penetration. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful, but it takes a while to build up meter, and again, the main attack on it's shit, so I don't know, I didn't use it at first, not until I upgraded all the abilities. Clive, I liked Clive, alright, he's a kind of a different protagonist for Final Fantasy. Like, we have had a couple, like, brooding edgelord guys, like Cloud and Noctis, but rarely have we had, like, a hyper-masculine, not femboy dude, and he's, like, he's not, like, a deep emo boy, you know, he had a hard life, and he's just dealing with it. He's not sad, though, he's just shy, he's not depressed or whatever. And he doesn't really have deep thoughts, he doesn't philosophize, and he's just in his head empty, he's like a puppy boy. They literally call him a dog at some points. When you point at objectives, it calls it your animal senses or something. And his appearance is also very unique. Like, Cloud is, of course, femboy, even though he's probably the manliest of the protagonists in Final Fantasy. Or maybe Tidus. But, again, same deal. But, we have a big, muscular man who's got a fucking deep V on his shirt that makes his chest look fucking massive like Adam Driver's. He's got, like, the tightest ass you've ever seen, fucking hair in all the right places, scruffy hairdo. Fucking 5 o'clock shadow, he never shaves, fucking deep voice. He is an absolute specimen of a man. Thing is, again, he's like shy, and he doesn't have deep thoughts, so he's kind of like one note. He has like shitty one-liners when you kill a boss. He doesn't like show emotion very often. So, everybody said that Ben Starr did, like, an amazing performance, and he deserved the award for Voice Actor of the Year, but, like... I don't think he did bad, but Clive himself doesn't have, like, a big range of emotion, so it's hard to say. Compared to the actual winner, Asterion, who was an amazing character and went through, like, a lot of different things. He was funny, he was a bastard, he had a tragic backstory, he was great, I loved Asterion. Ben Starr seems like a nice guy too, though. Right? I've seen all the fucking collabs the man's been doing, and he's great. Just like Henry Cavill. This is definitely one of the pictures, right? No, not that one. Yeah, the game took like 80 hours, and the combat just got stale. After you beat it, you unlock Final Fantasy mode, which like mixes up enemy encounters and balances it all a lot better, I hear. So like, rather than just like an MMO plop of like 40 wolves or whatever, it'll be like wolves and bandits and an ogre or something, you know, like stuff to make it more interesting. And everybody says that it's like the definitive way to play the game is a lot better in Final Fantasy mode. But the thing is, I already played like 80 hours of the game and I was tired of it then. Like, I'm not sure that a better rebalance that wasn't available from the beginning is the way to go. And I might replay it because I want the platinum, but that's the only thing I'm missing. There's an achievement for beating it in New Game Plus. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be like long in the future. Pretty upset about that. And I don't think I care to buy the DLC. Having another icon that I won't be able to equip isn't gonna fucking make me feel better about the game. I really think that what they should have done was, one, what I said before with having all the abilities available. When you hold down the button, just all the face buttons do all the 4 abilities when you only have 4 fucking abilities per icon. And 2, have like a wheel. Like, let me push in a stick and then let me switch to any of the icons, have little loadouts for them or something. Like, why do I only get to equip 3? It's fucking dumb. Especially when I'm stuck with the stupid longsword the whole game. Like, we need other weapons. So I think the game was very flawed. It was alright, but I didn't enjoy it as much as literally any other Final Fantasy that I've played. It was still alright. It wasn't bad. I'd give it like... let's say 7.5. I don't normally do decimals, but that 7 seems too low and 8 seems a little generous, so... I know the combat director called it like his magnum opus. I'm like, I feel bad for you, son. It ain't it. Pick it up on sale. And the side quests are dog shit. I forgot to mention that, but they all have, like, conversations to them, like The Witcher, but the thing is, these conversations aren't interesting. You're not investigating, like, crazy little monster mysteries. They're just, like, a lot of talking, characters flapping their gums, they're not really moving their hands or anything, camera shots aren't doing anything interesting. If you're handing in a quest objective, you'll just, like, reach into your bag and, like, slowly hand them. It takes way too long every time, and, like, it literally breaks my immersion when it's like, you just hand them 10 fucking dragon pelts, like, in your hand. You just dropped it in there like a little pinch of nut crust. Like, what? There's no fucking way. Some of them were okay, but most of them were not. I mean, they're all unique objectives. They weren't like fetch quests. It was more like, go here and get this thing, but this thing is only findable in this quest, and it's marked on your map. You'll go there and you'll find this unique thing. So, like, it's like a fetch quest, but you're not gathering things that you could gather passively. You have to do it on the quest, if that makes sense. It's still shit. And the bounties, there are lots of unique bosses, but most of them are just, like, souped up versions of enemies that you've already fought. They'll have new moves, so that makes them good, but I don't know. Those were okay. I think that's all there was to say. I kind of rushed through that because, one, we're here, and two, I already talked about this, so, like, you got the abridged version of my thoughts. Yeah, it was alright. I probably won't get the platinum, but we will see. I'm pretty upset about that because I have, like, the platinum in every PS4 game I ever played. But I also just finished Demon's Souls, which we'll talk about in a bit, and that has multiplayer achievements, so fuck me. Anyways, this game.
The address on the prescription led us to this house.
Seems like she ain't home. No lights on either.
God, I'm fucking thirsty.
Professor R's never home, you know.
Patty, why do you know so much about Professor R?
I don't know that much, really.
But you're the first person in town who mentioned her name to me.
Don't you hang out with her all the time, Patty? Isn't that how you had that fucking drug rapper? She has a lab here.
You also knew about San Rouge, didn't you? And when I tried to ask you more about it back then, you gave me an evasive answer.
Patty, more like Lil P, out on these streets. Pushing Rouge.
You're my assistant, aren't you?
My assistant, I bet she's trying to be a fucking wrench in this operation. Daddy don't like Lenna. Which daddy? Daddy Clarkson or Daddy Cop? I imagine they both wouldn't like her because one's the father of a failed son and the other is a cop and she's a drug dealer.
He said it's stupid for a man to want to turn into a woman.
Well, you see, that's the thing. They think that they're a woman to begin with, so, you know, is this a woman correcting the mistake? Or so they say. I'm sure there are men that turn into women to, like, trap them better, you know, like cross-dressers and such, just taking the extra mile.
What?
And he told me I ain't supposed to talk about her. He said that if you knew someone like her was living here, Agent York, you'd start to hate this town.
That's ridiculous. Why would I ever hate this town? Because one of its inhabitants is transgender? Why in the world would that make a difference to me?
The other folks in town said the same thing as Daddy.
Yeah, well, this is the South.
They all know about Saint Rouge and Professor R.
Is she Professor Rouge? Is that why it's Professor R?
And about how she's waging war against the Clarksons. But they all say we ain't supposed to talk about it. So,
And here I'd assumed that ignorant way of thinking died out with the 20th century.
Isn't this only like 2005? Like, I'm pretty sure homophobia is pretty like... This is when kids were saying, that's so gay. That was like in vogue, you know?
I guess I really am an outsider after all. I thought that everyone was cooperating with my investigation, but it turns out they were all hiding key information from me. Damn it, Zach. This just made me hate the countryside for the first time in my entire life.
You fucking meant that, goddamn.
Oh, I'm sorry for being so loud, Patricia. But just remember this. Person's birthplace, nature, race, and physical features have no bearing on their value as a human being.
Well, that's the fact. Thank you, Francis York Morgan. I crop out the background, put a little American flag behind him.
We're always free, and we should respect each other just the way we are.
Keep the American flag in frame.
So you shouldn't feel a need to hate Lenna for no reason. No matter what the people around you say, you can't let them control you. Sometimes things like common sense and decency can end up deeply hurting other people. I sincerely hope you don't forget that.
Okay, I won't.
But if Lenna's committed a crime, that's a different story altogether.
Then they have no value as a human being, and they're going into the male prison because they have a dick. Probably. I don't actually know what happens to post-op trans people. Like, I've always told that they go to the man prison because, like, hormonally they're men and they won't be getting their treatment while they're in prison, so, like, detransition, but who knows? I think that'd be more dangerous if they were, like, the only dude in there with a vagina, you know? And you can't just throw them in solitary, because that's supposed to be a punishment.
She may be a social minority, but she's still free and capable of knowing the difference between right and wrong. Professor R. I sincerely hope she's smart enough to understand that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Ungan. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Listen to the two ends and drink dry the firewater. Do this and you will see the other world.
Drink dry the fire water. Something going on at the bar.
Zach, did you hear that? It's another oracle. I assume this means we're getting closer to the truth. Well, this is good. We don't have any other big clues at the moment. What do you say we continue the skeletal gentleman's game?
What, so we're not going into the house? So we need to search Warren.
After I spent the 90s listening to nothing but punk rock, I fell out of touch with music, but the digital audio player I received last Christmas changed everything. Nowadays, people can walk around with thousands of songs in their pockets.
Only one
You
choice.
following me here, Zach? That's right. This oracle is connected to music.
There's only one choice.
The two ends refer to neither periods nor a movie's credits. They refer to the last letter of the alphabet, Z.
What?
And what's a word that has two Z's in it? Jazz, of course.
Oh, two ends.
Remember, we're in Louisiana here. The firewater is even easier. It's alcohol.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go to that jazz bar and have a drink while we consider our next plan of action. Don't worry, this is all part of our job. Isn't it, Zach?
Lucari Tiger to DC Eagle. Lucari Tiger to DC Eagle. Come in.
Oh, Daddy.
DC Eagle here. Got any news for me?
Well, Mr. York, we got ourselves a bit of a problem here.
What sort of problem?
Looks like Daniel's gathered up a group of people to help him find Galena's killer on his own. If the Clarksons get serious, they'll probably put an end to this case before we even know what hit us. And it sure won't be wrapped up the way you want it to, Mr. York.
Yes, that certainly is a problem. Judging from Daniel's temperament, things are bound to get out of control.
I do need to find Daniel to give him his ring.
Melvin, I need to find Professor R as soon as possible.
Professor R?
That's right.
That ain't such a good idea.
Patty just explained how we're not supposed to talk about her.
I didn't ask for your personal opinion, Melvin. Especially if it comes from an antiquated, xenophobic way of thinking that's characteristic of rural towns.
Man just said, "Fuck you."
Whoa now, Mr. York. What's going on here? I didn't...
This conversation is over, Melvin. You need to figure out what the Clarksons are planning. Call me again as soon as you know.
Huh? Fine. Whatever you say.
Also, sorry, but would you mind coming to pick up Patricia? I would never think to take an innocent girl like her into an adult watering hole.
Yeah, you're right. CLG's still too young for that.
Wait, Daddy! Agent York! I'm going too! Don't leave me out of this!
No, Patricia. You signed a contract with me, remember?
Protect you from the evils of the world.
I promised to protect you
Seems
from
no
all
naked
evil
man
in our
playing a
world.
saxophone.
That's not what it means!
Patty, you're smart. Shockingly so. But you're still a child. And there are certain things a child like you doesn't need to learn about yet.
Like naked men who play saxophones. You will be there every night. Every night.
Just go home for today. Zach and I are both in agreement on this one.
Hey, fuck you. Oh shit.
I'm so glad you understand, Patty. Okay, Melvin, that's that. I'm leaving her here. The rest is in your hands.
Roger that. I'll take care of her, Mr. York.
I really can't go in?
Looks like a
Shiny
case of
ass
bad...
door.
Let's come back. Patty, I'm sorry I have to do this. I don't mean to abandon you. I hope you understand. This next stop feels dangerous.
It's okay, I get it. I'll go home early today and take care of Mama.
I mean, did say we'd have a portal to the other world at the bar.
I'm pretty busy too, you know.
Good. And do tell Melvin I said hi.
Hey, Agent York. About Professor R, is she really a bad person?
What do you mean?
I only ever got to talk to her once.
Oh, you hang out here all the time. What are you talking about?
Oh, is it okay to say her? How do I know what to call her?
Well, you see, rather than playing this stupid fucking pronoun game, you just always use they, and them, and you. And, that's basically all you need. Like, you don't even need to ask someone's fucking name. I certainly never do. I give them nicknames until I figure it out. You know, just use agender pronouns. It's not like an SJW thing to say, like, It's not that hard. There's never a need to specify the gender of something.
Her is fine, Patty. Simply respect the gender that the person chose.
Or don't even think about it, like I'm saying. Like, come on.
Okay. She once got arrested for causing trouble with some of the Clarkson's workers. They got drunk at her bar and went crazy or something. When she came into the sheriff's office, our eyes met just for a second. Then she said something to me. As you grow into an adult, you will witness a great deal. But you don't need to take it all in. Just stay focused on the beauty of our world. I didn't get what she meant, and because of what Daddy said, it kinda scared me. But now, I reckon I understand what she meant back then. Oh, sorry, Agent York. I shouldn't have gotten into all that when you're in such a hurry.
No, that was a very important story you shared with me just now. You really are the perfect assistant. Thank you, Patricia.
Wow. They killed someone in their backyard. Oh, 16. That's 4. It's going on 5 o'clock. We have an hour to kill. Before the bar opens up. You know, maybe this is the random road with trees on it. Or did I get that one already? I did. The hell? Oh, because it was the park. Or, the water tower. I should check on Skateboard Girl. Maybe we learned that last trick yet. Whoa!
Hi, Agent York. Okay.
69, dude! Cowabunga!
Looking good. Oh, remember, see you later. Oh, if you... Hi.
I use the impossible. Oh, that's an abuse of power. Active human. Can I fast travel on the board and like leave a trail of flames behind? That'd be sick. A minor film. I've never seen it. Hey, everybody loves Back to the Future. Like, why are you calling it Miner's film? Yeah, and I've never fucking seen it, but even I know about it, like it's that important or cultured. I've heard of Romancing the Stone, but I don't know anything about it, apparently. Like... Wasn't it a hoverboard? Wait, is that what I can do? I mean, you also have to inhale exhaust, like it's a little dangerous. I mean, that's true. Before you change your mind. Learned how to skitch. Skitching isn't just a trick, it's a very effective way of getting around town. Grab on the cars, go like a zoom around, make sure you don't scare anyone. I feel like I'm faster than cars with this talisman I've got, but that was cute. Woo. I was supposed to jump that. This is like the least clear course of the bunch because we're in a fucking neighborhood. God damn it. Block. Oh. Bam. Should be looking at the mini-map more. Skitch. Fuck. There we go. Oh, daddy. I only got the skitch right when I had to let go. Yeah. It was almost cool. Then I fucked it up. Bam. Well, that was terrible. We'll get him next time. It's probably a bronze. Oh, we got silver. I will gladly try that again. I'm pretty sure that the ranking is actually based on like our time that we get here. It's not just cumulative, and we've already got all the cumulative rewards from skating, having re-challenged so many of these. But this one seems like it's going to be a little generous with the time, because it's just a long course. I also have the speedy tokens, which make me faster than a stupid car. You don't even have to skitch to win. Shit. Ah! I don't have the handling charm, though. So if last time was worth the silver, there's no way we're not getting gold from this shitty performance we're given. 'Cause, like, I don't have the handling charm, though. So if last time was worth the silver, there's no way we're not getting gold from this shitty performance we're given. 'Cause, like, I don't have the handling charm, though. So if last time was worth the silver, there's no way we're not getting gold from this shitty performance we're given. Damn it. Maybe I do need to not make mistakes. Hannah Montana was wrong. York doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't have those days. Don't ask about Zach, it's a private matter. You don't know Mr. Miyagi? I don't know Daniel, but come on, Mr. Miyagi. Bit of both. From South Dakota. What? Like he's adopted? Okay. Just like spill FBI secrets. Hey. No, no, no. Why is it so precise? Just jumped over that. I'm a damned fool. I don't know how I completely forgot how to do this damn course. Like I've gone through twice already or anything. Make it slow. Alright, now we speed it the fuck up. And I need to brake at the right time, you know. Remember how to brake it's at. I gotta brake here. Because I'm going too damn fast, and I should have been possible through that. Would have been epic. That, you know, fucking sick. You know, I clipped through the ground, that's how epic I landed. Time's running out. fellows once said. Ain't time running out. I did 3 seconds better. Still pretty bad. Still not a gold. I'm guessing I can do this in 4 minutes. No, 4 minutes to spare, I mean. That'll probably be good enough. That's when break to turn. Little skill. I jumped too high. Bam. Oh. Great. Bam. Ah, come on, man. I might still make it. I just gotta be quick. Bam. And we fucked up. By 2 seconds. Skitching. So sick. Just gonna weave through these, alright? We're not pulling no fancy shit. God damn it. I definitely lost time from the sketch, but I wanted to actually do it once. What was on that list? Short. Spy Family Code White. It's a movie. It's a movie, fellas. I think it's canon. It doesn't really matter. Like, the goal was they were like having a cooking contest at the school, and it was gonna earn Anya Stella if she won. So Lloyd's like, "Hey, I know the judge. He loves this dish from this country. Let's go there and study it." So they go on a little vacation, and they end up getting cooked up in some military plot because Anya ate like some military chocolate and did not shit herself. And that was the whole plot. It was a good time. Very funny. The narrator does what he does to explain the pretty simple premise of the show, so anybody can watch it. Stella is not earned. It's another gag, I suppose, but you don't need to watch it. If I said, I guess it's canon or not, like, things get a little out of hand and they still don't figure out each other's secrets. Just kind of ridiculous, but alright. But I don't know, it was good. And it felt just like a long episode of the show, as most anime movies do, but it got the laughs. It was a good time. Yeah, baby! Mobility incense. What was that, little speed boost or handling? Nope, shit, I don't need to do this again. What was the other show? Buchigiri, question mark, exclamation point, something like that. So, it's a show by, the guy who made, like, Banana Fish and Skate Infinite. Like, he always makes, like, low-key yaoi stuff. But I like his character designs, and the shows have usually been pretty fun. This one, maybe the straightest one possible, because their protagonist just, like, he has a genie. Like, he runs away from some bullies and accidentally shoots himself, and it's like a magic bullet that gives him a genie, or a stand, you know? And it, like, grants his wish of getting power when he shouts out his greatest desire, which is to lose his virginity. So, yeah, I mean, he's trying to get with, like, this gang leader's sister, and he ends up fighting him. And, yeah. Basically, it's all for sex, and he just yells he wants to lose his virginity, and he punches a guy, and then the guy gets up, and he's, like, gay now. But, don't worry, it's totally straight, because he just, like, respects him or something, you know, nothing gay actually happens. Thing is, they get this sister that he has a crush on, has, like, a crush on her older brother, too. Like, she's literally on her phone staring at pictures of this guy's abs all day. It's kind of weird. But, and there isn't much to this show. I felt like the antagonist kind of came out of nowhere at a certain point. It's just some laughs, some cheap action. I wouldn't say that the fights are good, except for, like, the final one. Like, it's usually just he yells the thing and he punches him, and then he gets his ass kicked after that, but... Because our protagonist is a wimp, you know, he's not an actual fighter. I did like the character designs again, so, like, you know, that part stayed the same, and I don't hate the show, but, like, it was pretty mid. I like Skate Infinite a lot better. Banana Fish is still on my to-watch list. I've heard a lot of good things about that. We're looking for the water tower. It's literally an icon on the map. The other one was the Apothecary Diaries. Went on pretty long, but I enjoyed it. I mean, it's basically just feudal Japan house. The girl, like, takes care of, courtesans and hookers. They don't have, like, traditional medicine yet, you know, they're just an apothecary, so she, like, eats poisons all day for fun. And it helps her learn about plants, and then, you know, she's like, oh, you put this white powder on your face? Well, guess what? It's arsenic. Poison. That's why they're dead. People were doing a lot of stupid shit, and she's always solving the mystery. And yeah, you know, it's not like a doctor show, it's more like a mystery show. She gets involved in a couple, like, legit cases, too, but... it was fun time. I felt like it ended in a weird place, like, halfway through it, it felt like an end to the first season, and then it kept going, and then it's just like... This one didn't necessarily feel like an end to a season, but alright, it's gonna keep going. So, from the road, and I see the ladder on the left side here, like, in the distance. So the fence isn't visible, so it's on the lot. Or, never mind. It's gotta be, like, from right here. Because the building isn't visible either. Like, near the road. that the only other show there? Yeah. All we have to talk about is Demon Souls. We will wait until we are in the other world, because that would be like a big fighting dungeon thing, I guess. It'll be like in our 10 minutes. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna keep collecting these picture cards. Pretty sure this is the bridge we saw in that one. There's Town Hall right there. Dusty Okra. Remember to drink your Ovaltine. It's probably from the other side. No, stupid. Oh. Where it's at. 2 turntables and a microphone. What is this? This looks like a distinct building right here. Big square. It's not the sign. That's the bar in it. Which way to Town Hall? Is there no Town Hall? Am I crazy? I hear the sound when I use my focus over there. I can literally test it now, like... No, okay, fuck me. I was gonna say, it sounds like I should be able to find it. I just need to look in the right place, but I don't know, it might still be bugged out. I can try getting like a load zone, see if that refreshes it, maybe. There's the sheriff department. I'm an idiot. It's not fucking Town Hall, it's the goddamn Clarkson estate. Oh, also, suits. I remember looking this up. Apparently, like, every 40 stamps you earn, you get a new suit. So, if I want to not have to worry about laundry, I really should look through the stamp collection. Oh, that's how you get it. Famiglia. Straight from the streets of Sicily. Seedier than a standard FBI wear, good as new. And do tricks. I need to beat up citizens. I'm pretty sure there's one for, like, shooting Patty. I've yet to get run over. Yeah, this looks like a fucking grind. Oh well. Is it not the Clarkson estate? I mean, it looks like a bit of a different color, doesn't it? It totally is, but it must be lighting. Like sepia toned. Here they are, the mutants. Charles Xavier's School for the Gifted. Must be the back end. Ready for this? Ready for this? BAM! Look at that, it goes out as far as his fucking back muscles. See that stomach? BAM! Oh, he has no ass, actually. Stone Cold Steve Austin right there. This guy, I know who's got cake. BAM! No, it's not this side. Definitely the other side, but I think I might be at the wrong building. No, it's definitely it. It's definitely it. Just like slightly over here, maybe. Or even, yeah. It was the curved piece at the door that was throwing me off. Like, that wasn't getting across in the picture. Skate back over there at high speeds. Do more impossibles. Get hit by this car. Woo! Hey, that's the guy. Daniel! Back at it again with the pink van. Sir, pull over. Pull over in the name of pizza. I think you're driving a little under the frame rate there. That's so weird. Like, if I stop, he smooths out. Sir, wee woo, you son of a bitch. Take him down. Pit maneuver this son of a bitch. Ah! Yo! Fuck you. Learn how to drive, asshole. Holy shit. I broke it. I broke him. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, we may have missed the side quest, but that was still pretty worth it. Skateboard cop. I remember there was a movie, Cartoon Network, called like The Condor, I think. It was about like a skateboarder vigilante. Some asshole like broke his legs, and he gets like super metal legs, and he fucking becomes a superhero, and he like beats the shit out of people with his skateboard. His titanium skateboard. I liked it at the time, but I was also a fucking kid. I couldn't tell you if it was any good. I think it was Man of Action, though. And, Man of Action makes pretty good shit, you know? And fucking Ben 10 was lit. The first two iterations. I know there's like a weird kitty one, like Omniverse or something. It kind of lost sight of it, but, you know, Generator Rex is pretty sick, too. I was in 2nd grade when it came out, Jesus. This is when skating was still cool. Or, you know, skating's always cool, but like Tony Hawk was at like the peak of his fame. That was a household name. Thought I put the marker where I wanted it to be, but no, I did not. I think this is at the warehouse too. It's right by the graffiti at the entrance. is the one. Fuck this game, man. That's the spot right there for the other one. I mean, I think 3 of them might be at this factory. Like, there's another one that looked kind of factory-esque to me. Don't know about this, but... just the sheriff department, and then that one. This. I feel like this could be the factory, but I don't see that structure anywhere. With the tapering. I don't know when I see it. It might be like a electrical substation or something. Anyways, to the bar. He's gone a little over where he wanted to be. Huh? What is that? Is that like a side quest or? This is totally the game, the kind of game that will let you miss shit, so like my curiosity has been piqued. I'm going towards the white one. That bar will be open all night, don't worry about it. Is it the church? Does the Lord hunger? Alright, what the hell is going on here?
Let's come back to...
What? Why was that marked on my map? Whoa. Go punch some hornets, make yourself feel better. 30's a lot, man. Oh, hey.
Smarty pants, what you want?
So he knows about the red guys. Why not? And they spawn infinitely. Me strong, me kill red man. Fuck 'em up! Fuck 'em up! Oh, I'm poisoned. That's not good. Yeah, I don't have any, like, curatives on me. Medkits, stave it off for the time being. Can't last forever, right? Right? It'll be fine. Let's snap a picture of the police department while we're over here, and then we'll go to the bar. Easy. Well, that one we found, but it's fucking bugged, and then we've still got this one. We basically need to find two. Whoa, bro! I may be poisoned, but you know what's the best cure for poison? More poison. We're going to the bar. Drink alcohol, not that pussy-ass medicine. We do have a storage bag in the bar, and it might have something nice in it. Who knows? Yeah, I've been to the Owl's Nest multiple times.
Look, Zach. That seat is beckoning us.
Oh, we are cured. Great. And we'll just grab another medkit then. I'm gonna use like 2 of them right now.
Listen to the 2 ends and drink dry the firewater. Do this, and you will see the other world. Hungan's oracle pointed us to this bar, so we must have to do something here. But
And you
I
order a
feel like the
drink.
firewater part is missing something.
You drink the candle water. today's cocktail. I do need to get the daily cocktail. Wait, really? That was not the right answer.
Zach, do you see that? It's a gigantic go sign. I think someone's trying to send us a very powerful message here. That settles it. This must be a singularity.
Dr. R.
Beautiful lipstick. The color red suits you.
Thank you. Red is the color of life. No human who knows the joy of life would ever hate this color. Or would they?
Maybe. Maybe not. But I know of a drug with a red color that certainly doesn't signify life. It sometimes even steals the lives of those who drown themselves in it. Catch my drift?
Before a candle's flame burns out, it burns brighter than ever before, blazing like a shining red star. Don't you think that instant is more valuable than a century of smoldering?
That blaze doesn't cast out the darkness. It only emphasizes it. But where are my manners? I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Let me get straight to the point. You were present when Lise Clarkson was murdered, and you were also involved with Galena Clarkson's death. Correct?
It's a trap question.
Agent Morgan, are you a man who can hold his liquor?
I'd love some Firewatter.
We're similar. You and I.
Was Firewatter like vodka specifically?
I don't see the
Does it look
resemblance.
like water?
Well, you should. Look deeper. Think about who you were when you were first born, and who you are now. Different selves exist inside your body.
Are you talking about Zach?
How do you know about Zach? Firewater.
I was born as a man, but in my heart, I wasn't so. And this is a small town. I experienced far more scorn and discrimination than anyone could ever imagine.
It'd probably help if you try to do
Especially
something about
from
the
my
boys. The
Parents are
hormones don't
supposed
fix
to raise
that.
their children with love.
You need to
That's the
train.
norm, right? Not for me. I was raised by my father's flesh-seething hatred.
So you ran away from home, started making drugs, then seduced a young life and destroyed it? That story makes no sense to me. Think about it. They didn't burn you in a witch hunt, nor did they ever try to take your life. Yet here you are, letting your selfish fantasies drive you to torch the entire town with vengeful fire.
Yeah, I mean, people not liking me just makes my life so hard, you know?
Why did you abandon your inheritance only to end up in a place like this? What do you hope to achieve?
You've already figured out that much. Leonard doesn't exist anymore. He disappeared from me a long time ago. All that's left now is the red soul.
The red
What?
soul?
The red soul gives me strength and courage.
You drugged me.
And I vow to use that strength to change this world. The red soul has the power to amplify the unique characteristics we all possess. Mentally and physically.
On Rouge?
That's why I created the holy red powder. So that everyone can enjoy its divine benefits.
That's ridiculous.
Our world is home to scarier monsters than violence and prejudice.
Ugh. Zack.
Someday, even your best friend will abandon you.
Don't say that.
No. Never.
And in the end, you'll be all alone.
Zack and I will always be together.
Daddy! Daddy! Where
Zack
are
has
you,
little
Daddy?
rocket ship pajamas.
Don't leave me here!
Looks like the same character model from the original game.
Please!
I'm not controlling this.
I can't find Mommy either! Don't leave me alone! Please? Please, Daddy. Please, Daddy.
She didn't take me in the back room to, like, pound my ass and dismember me or nothing.
Oh. She got us, Zack. She spiked the drink with some sort of sleeping pill.
Yep. That's exactly how Ed Gein worked. Not Ed Gein. It's his face. Jeffrey Dahmer. Sleeping pills, pound the ass, cut him up.
No wonder they call her the Professor. Whew. But that was a rash move. Perhaps she realized that she's finally crossed the point of no return. Or... We need to head to the Clarksons at once before it's too late. We can still stop this.
I would still like my daily cocktail. Maybe I can leave and come back in. How are we doing on time, by the way? Yeah, we've got another hour. It'll probably be enough to do the dungeon. Feels weird to say that. Like, before there were levels, but now there's like crafting materials and loot in them. And boss fights. Up, Xavier.
Hero Man.
Or catch them crooks. Oh. Apparently this game uses like royalty-free music, like from like freesound.com and stuff. So there aren't copyright claims in my videos. They're the nice ones. They're just like, yeah, it's been ID'd, but you're free to use it. But still, I think it's hilarious. And no other game I've played so far has used like royalty-free music like that. You'd think something with budget like this wouldn't have to. Sharp tequila mixed with the scent of grenadine syrup? Grenadine? Like from Granada? And acidic, bittersweet orange. Probably a pretty sweet drink. I think margaritas are overrated, but the tequila part's fine. Tequila Sunset. Robert Pound. I wonder if that has anything to do with Disco Elysium. It's also just about the human condition. Yeah, that's a damn fact. Everyone's gonna tell you their dream man's some fucking actor. Because they're perfect characters. I'm a busy man, I don't watch no movies. Watch a movie, put it on your little TV while you're at work, it'd be lit. I don't watch movies either, but it's not because I don't want to. I just don't. Sounds like an art piece I'd actually have to check out.
Well, Bureau man. Sometimes folks, yeah.
Crawfish estouffé.
You'll be remember. Well, sometimes, yeah.
Alright, let's get that Trinidad sound. No, tequila sunrise. Sharp taste tequila mixed with citrus sweetness, filling and restoring some concentration.
You'll be back, yeah, Bureau man. Remember, live jazz on the weekends.
Live jazz on the weekend. Yeah. Alright, to the Clarkson estate. Dun. That was supposed to be like the Batman spinny sound, except I did it too low. It's supposed to be high-pitched, but it's too late now. No, it's a band. I thought I was hearing the fucking... like the nighttime theme from Hyrule Field and Twilight Princess, you know, you can just hear like the faint echoes of Malin singing still, like her ghost, I guess. I think it's literally just like a slowed down version of you know, her normal song. She sings at the ranch. It's cool, it's a cool detail. But, you know, it like literally sounded like that for a second. I thought it was in the game. There are a few places in the game where you see something like that. I didn't really know until recently. Like, I watched a video talking about how awesome the game was long after we had played it on stream, and like, I wish I could have shared that knowledge with the world, but oh well. I'm not like a music connoisseur like that, so I didn't really pay attention to it, but it's really fucking cool when you like actually have it pointed out to. It's got like themes from Ocarina of Time all over it. I did point out and explain how the game was like actually a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. Like having these somber echoes of the old tunes mixed in with the new ones just adds to like the sad tone the world has in that game. I don't know why I got off the skateboard. Don't ask questions. Woo! That's pretty sick. I did get hit by the car on purpose. Remember the stamps? I'm not that stupid, okay? Doing impossibles too. Oak Castle. The guards don't care that I just walked right in. There's the singularity. A deadly premonition. It was shitty how we just wasted like the last 6 hours running around aimlessly collecting kind of pointless things to get a shitty drum set that didn't help us at all. Like, that was terrible for pacing, and I read that a lot of people dropped the game right then, even though it had a kind of strong start, but I am enjoying this, and I am a little excited for this. Is that bad?
The Oracle was right on the mark. The mouth to the other world is open, ready to swallow us alive. I think this case is finally starting to come together. Here we go again, Zach. You're as excited as I am, aren't you? You don't have to explain everything. No need for words right now. Not while this eccentric, provocative experience is begging us to come inside.
I was ready for disappointment, but we're drunk this time at least. We've got the same enemies, the floor is still covered in the same gross ground texture, like... This looks the same as the other dungeon, so far. I was expecting a different tile set at least, but I'm pretty sure these are the same walls. Oh well. If the boss fight's different, it'll be more than I could have expected. Hey, a new enemy. What the hell are these? Is that how I got stunned? Hey, we have a beard, what the fuck? I feel like we shaved only, like, this morning of in-game time. It's kinda hot, you know? Look at that. Look at that. Looks good on him. I'm gonna cut you, bitch. Sneak, sneak. Bust a cap in your ass. Nope, nope. Forward. Go. Okay. I don't know, I don't want to crouch. A bit of a maze. I don't know if I want to take the right way. I don't know if that is the right way. Yeah, this level's a lot more confusing than the last one. Honestly, this is like how it should have been in the last game. Like, I know that they didn't want combat at all. That was kind of like a publisher edition. But it still felt like, despite them not even wanting it, they used too much combat. Like, every mission had fucking shooting in it, and this was just like, I did the last almost 10 hours with no combat, basically. And it was all optional shit against animals, but you know what I mean? If it really wasn't supposed to be part of the game, then why was it used so frequently? Like here, it's still not good, but it's a nice pace breaker from all the investigating we've done. I say it's still not good. I mean, just like barely. Like it's a lot better. There are actual mechanics here, status effects and elemental damage, and charge shot thing, stats on your gun. Like they put work into it this time. It's just still clunky, but they tried, and I appreciate it. Come on, man, let me get a fucking shot off. Jesus Christ.
Let me control you. Let me hold you.
Ah. Normally paralysis isn't that bad, like it's just an occasional interruption, but there I literally couldn't fucking do anything. Should use the first aid kit again. Antidote! Okay, so that's the way forward, which means the other path. I don't know, man. There could be, like, fat loots. I like fat loots. I totally forgot about talking about Demon Souls, which I guess we'll have to wait until after we're through that portal, because it's likely going to give us like a little crime scene to look at. I can say, though, that they announced Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, finally. It looks like they got rid of the combat star, so maybe the combat will be a lot more accessible. and that's a great thing. Otherwise, it looks like more of the same, which is also good. Just like a refined version of that game would be great. Henry has a different haircut. It looks kind of weird to me now. And I also saw like an early blunderbuss look kind of cool, and crossbows. It looked like more large-scale battles. Just bigger and better, you know. So I'm excited for that. The thing is, we streamed Kingdom Come Deliverance, so like, am I obligated to play 2, or do I get to keep that one to myself for a little bit? I don't know. Like, a big part of me playing the first game was just because I felt it was kind of inaccessible. And, you know, that's most of what I play on this, just like stuff that's kind of jank or inaccessible, but... I don't know. There's no reason I couldn't play it, but if it's really gonna be bigger, that's like not a great stream game. Even if I did have fun, like maybe I could play it again when I've already done all the side quests, I know what I'm doing or something, like we did with the first one, who knows. I'm in a weird place about it. We'll probably do just that though. I'll play it when it's no longer relevant. I would play more long-form games, but like...
Zach, do you feel it?
You're just out grinding, you
Something
run out of shit to
happened
talk
here.
about. Like, the whole big thing of the talking head is that I'm reacting to new things constantly, and like, if the game isn't like being very brisk with the pace of the story, it's not good. Unless you're just that guy who's just like, yeah, thank you for the subs. Thank you for the Prime. Let's go. Thank you for the $20. I'm not there yet, alright?
It's the same feeling I got when we entered the place where Lise died. Professor R, Lenna, came in here alone. It looks like nothing but a suicide attempt to me. Did she have some trick up her sleeve?
Hey, wire. Ring-a-ding-ding-dong.
Zach, that's a miniature bomb. Lenna must have set it here.
It looks like some soda, some bean cans even, with wires attached to it. There might be a little explosive there on the end. That, little can of mints, you see.
Is this her trump card? It looks pretty elaborate. Another accolade for the professor.
Elaborate, it's literally fucking explosive duct tape to some cans.
She also displayed expert precision when she used that fire to make my cocktail.
I guess it can sit there unnoticed, and then when they gotta light the fireplace finally, it'll explode.
Her wisdom gave birth to San Rouge. She must also have an advanced understanding of chemistry.
Oh, she's a fucking drug chemist.
I just hope she hasn't laid any other traps for us up ahead.
No, it's just a powder. Like, I imagine it's literally just ground up red seeds.
Now you decide to come back, huh? What for? I know you've been hiding from me. Planning God knows what. Too bad it ain't gonna amount to anything.
Why are they wearing sunglasses inside?
It don't matter what you do. The Clarkson family is already on its last legs. After only a single century, we're on the verge of losing all that power our ancestors built up for us. Ever since the day you left home, there That was the beginning of the end.
They certainly look a little rough around the edges. Perhaps we should just call them the Clarkson gang. They're holding their weapons like total amateurs, which means they must not have had any formal training. Even if they came rushing in all at once, they'd still be no match for us. Maybe the Clarksons aren't as fearsome as the rumors make them out to be.
No, just got numbers and alligators.
Or perhaps they've fallen into such a decline that they can't even manage their own allies any longer.
Well, that too.
Yes, I abandoned my family, but that has nothing to do with the Clarksons' downfall. It's much more complicated than that.
Oh, I agree. It's a hell of a lot more complicated. Just look at these assholes. They're so goddamn stupid. They won't even shit unless I tell them to do it. And you know what? Back in the old days, that was A-okay. Don't like someone, beat the piss out of them. Need something? Steal it from the sucker next door. Life was so much simpler back then. And time flowed in proper accordance with human behavior. But now... it's all so complicated now. Everything's changed.
Laws made it more difficult for mob organizations to operate everywhere. They're still around, but it's only because they're like the last remnants of what were career criminals. They don't have anything else to do.
Philip J. Clarkson. The horrible father that Professor R spoke of.
Well, J. Fry.
Of course, he looks perfectly calm. It's hard to believe that it's only my second time seeing him. He's an overwhelming man, Zach.
The legacy of the Clarksons is like a candle in the wind, a sad vestige of what it used to be. But it's not completely dead yet.
So what? You came here to snuff it out yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I didn't come to snuff anything out. I came to make it burn red once more.
What in hell is with you?
You making a drug deal at gunpoint?
Did that red powder finally make you lose your mind?
That face, Zach. She looks so calm and collected. Perhaps she intended to take her own life after she murdered Philip. But that wouldn't solve anything. We know how calculating she is. Surely she must have understood that.
Just like you said, times have changed. You've gotten old. Your power is waning. But I'm not going to let things end here. After you and all the old tumors die, the goddess will take control of Lucare, and all of Louisiana for that matter. The goddess of fertility, with all her newfound might.
Whoa, I mean, you can't have children, that's a...
And who's that supposed to be? You? Ha! That's a good one. You know, you're just as dumb as everyone else. You never see things for how they really are. Oh, no. Here, go on. Take my life. You can have it. Do whatever you want with me. But don't you forget, That's Clarkson blood you got running through those veins. Oh, you took the long way to it. But it looks like you be inheriting our legacy after all. Just like I always wanted you to.
Oh, I won't be inheriting anything.
You didn't want one of your not runaway children to have it?
What?
I'm not the goddess of fertility either.
Ah, okay. At least we're not delusional here.
Well, then...
Who, though?
But I'm still powerful.
She bulletproof?
Professor R fought hard in this hall.
Yeah.
And the last gunshot we heard sounded ominous, Zack. Everything she says seems to hint at some deeper meaning. The goddess of fertility taking over all of Louisiana with her newfound power? The details elude me, but she's clearly plotting something big. But if she dies here, she'll never be able to complete it. Why risk it then? Oh well. Let's continue on, Zack. I'm sure we'll find the answer once we reach the inner sanctum.
Mm-hmm. Un segundo. Bro, I don't know what to fucking tell this guy. I don't know. I'll think of something later. We're busy right now. Fucking helped a friend build a computer, and now I'm like his fucking tech support guy for some reason. Yes, Google. I don't mind answering questions occasionally, but every day it's like he's messing with something that you just shouldn't. Like, it's a fucking working machine now. Just enjoy it. Like, you don't need to go into your BIOS every fucking day. You don't need to take it apart and tell me your fucking fans aren't working or whatever, because they are. Everything has been fine every time he's fucking asked questions. And that's what's making it annoying. It's okay to ask questions. Just don't tell me that something's wrong when you don't know what the fuck wrong means. Alright, so, Demon's Souls Remake PS5. I've never played the original. I didn't have a PS2 growing up, so that'd be why, but... I wanted to. I think I feel like it was supposed to be on PSP at some point, or maybe not. That's when I found out that when I got a PSP, and I still never played it. But, as you can guess, it's the prequel, or, you know, the game that came before Dark Souls. And it's alright. It's a very flawed game, which is why Dark Souls is the genre definer. I don't think Souls-like is a genre at all. You know, I talked about that in my Metroidvania video essay that's a few years old now, but, you know, basically Dark Souls is 3D Symphony of the Night. Like, there isn't that much different aside from, like, the Estus Flask being genius. But, yeah, that's one of the first major problem with Demon Souls. No Estus Flask. It has, like, traditional healing items, like, with these little grass things that, heal in this an undisclosed amount of health. And they drop from enemies, so you have to farm them, kind of like the Blood Vials in Bloodborne. Except the difference is the Blood Vials in Bloodborne scaled with your health, so they were like always useful and there was only the one resource. Now you have like Crescent Moon Grass, Half Moon Grass, Late Moon Grass, Full Moon Grass, Dark Moon Grass, and they all heal different amounts. The only one that's obvious is the one that heals full. And the ones that heal bigger amounts have a bigger weight, because you have a weight for, like, item carrying. It's not an infinite inventory, so you're only going to carry, like, your main weapon, maybe a sidearm, and then whatever armor you're wearing, and then some consumables. And then you're going to be, like, completely weighed down. You won't be able to carry much else. Whenever you encounter, like, a dead NPC with a full outfit, you're not going to be able to pick that up without sending a bunch of shit to storage, or equipping the ring to up your carry capacity until you just pick it up and send it to storage. It's an extreme annoyance. The storage, however, is nice in that, you know, it keeps your pause menu lean, so when you pause to, like, go look for a specific item in a boss fight, and it's quick enough. And when you go to, like, the blacksmith, any of the smithing stones that you have in your storage will appear there. You don't have to keep them with you or anything. But when the system works like that, it makes me feel like they should just go right to storage. I shouldn't have to push buttons to send them over there. No, I talked about this in the Elden Ring discussion, but it looks a lot better and it sounds a lot better. It's not using all those old sound files that they've been using since the original Demon Souls. The sound quality is really high, and lighting's beautiful, and it looks a lot better, but it's also not an open world game, so, like, they can justify it, I guess. Or Elden Ring can justify it, though I think that I don't know, it definitely could have looked better. It's also a different studio. It was made by Blue Point. Not that the original was, but it's a remake, so they did all the artwork. Some people think they ruined some of the boss designs, but I think they mostly look about the same. Or enemy designs in general, but I don't know. It all looks good. All cool. As far as game feel goes, aside from the healing being fucking stupid, and that you can carry like a million heals on you, and all you have to worry about is the weight. So if you get to a boss fight, it's like, this doesn't feel like a Souls game and that you're supposed to die, because when you have all these healing items, if you die, it's your fault because you didn't eat your healing item. You should have a lot. Like, when I got to the final boss, before it just kept throwing, like, all the biggest heal items at me, like, a ton of them, and I went through them, because they hit significantly harder than any other boss in the game. He was a pain in the ass, but it was also a joke, like a one-take Jake did, because I just kept munching on grass. And, you know, that's, like, bad design, but it's also basically how every other RPG has ever done it. You know, in Skyrim, you just pause and chug however many potions you need. If it's a turn-based game, it's better because you have to use your whole turn on the healing action, and, you know, that balances it better. I guess Demon Souls tried to add balancing to it by making it so you can only use it real-time and you have to play an animation. But I think that the Estus Flask is the way to go. Like, it's a hard game, so you have heals that refresh every time you die, and then there's a limited amount, so, like, there's a balance to it, you know? You have to try and conserve them and play more skillfully. Like, it's a good thing, like, both from a skill and an unskill perspective, because if you happen to be really bad at the game, you are going to run out of these things, and you're going to have to go farm. Which I definitely did. I definitely recommend going through World 1-1 and 1-2, like, immediately, because the... after you kill the Tower Knight, there's a fog wall that, like, keeps you out of the next 2 phases of the World 1 until you've killed one of the main bosses. But, from the Tower Knight checkpoint, like, immediately before the Tower Knight boss room, there are these 2 knights. Fuck me. And the knights drop 2 half moon grasses guaranteed, which are a pretty good healing item. By the end game, they're maybe like a quarter health per munch, but you know, for most of the game, that's pretty good. Especially considering that when you die, your health bar is locked to half the value, so, you know, basically a full heal. I think I need to reload. I don't hate the feature, like, you know, in Dark Souls 1, your punishment for being dead was just not being connected to the online service anymore, which was almost a blessing at certain points. Uh-oh. In Dark Souls 2, they, like, made it more punishing by, you know, they brought back the half-health system, like, basically the same thing, and I thought it was cool there, but also just a little punishing, because, like, now every time you level up your health, it's literally worth half the value, because you don't have this limited resource to always go human. I'm gonna try restarting the game, see if that fixes it. If not, we're gonna have to load, like, an earlier save, I guess. What am I saying? Yeah, I don't like the fact that it's punishing in a game that's already hard, really. Like, that's the main thing. So, you know, in Dark Souls 3, they made it so turning Enkindled was a buff rather than, like, a punishment, you know? Like, it gave you maybe 10 or 20% more health when you did it. There we go. It was a bug, but I thought if I, like, blindly walked towards this and interacted with it, it might refresh the screen. I'm gonna save again just to be safe. Yeah, I felt the same way about, like, survival mechanics. So, like, in Valheim, your character's stats are just kind of shit. and then you eat food and you get a buff, and the better food you make, you get bigger buffs. So like it's worth it to go out of your way to make meals, but you also don't have to. Enshrouded does it kind of like that too. Like you can increase your health through stats, but you can also eat food. Anyways, that's a tangent. Yeah, I think it's a harsh mechanic, and it makes like leveling your health feel like shit. And what makes it even worse is Demon's Souls has a karma system called tendency. So your character has a tendency, and then the four worlds have their own tendencies. So like your actions in them can shift it towards white or black, obviously good and evil. And those work how you'd expect mostly. So like you do a good deed for like a NPC, and that'll shift it towards white. You kill one of the major bosses, that shifts it towards white, which is kind of stupid, but alright. But if you die in human form, that significantly drops it towards black, so you don't want to play in human form. Unless you're really fucking confident. And once it's in black, the game gets harder, because you've been a bad guy, you know? You've been killing players and stuff, like, you deserve the extra punishment. But there's also specific items that can only be found in a black world. And specific items that can only be found in like a max white world. There are little pathways that open up and the enemy placement changes slightly. It's a neat system, I just think that there's not enough choices in the game to like make it work. Like if you've killed all the bosses in a world, you're kind of fucked if you're trying to shift it towards white. Unless you have multiplayer enabled, which I don't. I haven't paid for PlayStation Online. So I'm not fucking paying a premium subscription to use the internet that we're already paying for. Like, it's so stupid. Like, PlayStation isn't even hosting the servers for these games, you know? Like, it's fucked up. They have their fucking little Netflix pass thing that they do. Like, they can just make that their subscription if they want the fucking subscription money. They don't have to attach multiplayer to it. So... game feel feels more or less the same, which is, like, it's okay. It's basically what you got in Dark Souls 1 and 2. So, not good, not bad, like, it's basically Zelda combat. I think Dark Souls 1 is, like, a shitty Zelda game. Because it... You know, Zelda has mediocre combat and puzzles. And it's the combination of both that makes it satisfying, where Dark Souls doesn't have the puzzles. It only has the combat to offer, and, you know, it has puzzles, like Resident Evil puzzles, where you pick up an item and bring it somewhere else, and, like, that's the extent of the thinking. There just wasn't enough depth to the combat yet to make that be, like, the thing that makes it stand out, in my opinion. Anyways, that part's fine. The power ramping is, like, really significant, which is, in theme with the game. Like, it starts out brutally challenging, but you're intended to level up a bunch, and each level is, like, a big power boost. You really notice it every time you put another point in health or strength. And you find like an enchanted dragon weapon, and suddenly all the points you put in strength no longer matter because it doesn't scale at all. It happened in the first game too. I made like a fire broadsword and that was it. The first game, Dark Souls, I mean. Each of the worlds has like a very different feel to it. Like they all have their own enemy sets and gimmicks that you can expect to be facing different damage types, or maybe you have to use a different weapon because the enemy will be resistant to different damages. Like, that's neat, I guess. Though they're mostly very linear. The Swamp of Sorrows starts like linear and then it turns into like the open swamp area that's just like linear, but there's open paths you can go if you want to hate your life. Also, the Swamp of Sorrow is fucking miserable. I think it was maybe less bad in the original game, but they made the lighting, like, so fucking dark that it just makes it that much worse. Like, you're already constantly poisoned, and you're wading through shit, so you can't roll anymore, so you gotta rely on block, but then there's these big-ass enemies that you can't block the attacks of. I mean, you can, but you'll, like, be guard broken and get your ass fucked immediately after if you even try, so like you have to dodge but you can't roll, so you have to like do the run, but which is also slowed and also difficult to do sometimes. Like your run might turn into a roll if you're locked on or blocking already, and it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, the Swamp of Sorrow is fucking miserable. It's like the last area I finished because I literally had to like dip out. I got so frustrated. And basically how I was playing was I would do Act 1 of an area, and I'd go do Act 1 of the other areas, and I'd go do Act 2. And I was really disappointed when I got to Act 3 because they were all just back-to-back boss fights. Like, immediately after you kill the Act 2 boss, you go through a fog wall and it's the next boss. There is no level attached to the third act. Like, it's like, it feels like they ran out of budget. Usually these boss fights, like, aren't even proper fights either. They have, like, some puzzle gimmick to them. So it made me feel like I should have just done it right away rather than bouncing around expecting this to be the hardest challenge yet. Kind of went out with a wet fart in that respect, but thankfully, when you go back to World 1, it has 2 additional, like, world spaces to play through in it, with bosses and stuff, like, how the game should have been. The one boss, like, the Golden Monk or whatever he's called, it was supposed to be cool. Apparently he's like controlled by the last player that killed him, or there's like you lay down your summon sign and become the monk, or if you try to invade. It's like you're supposed to be fighting other players, but if you're playing offline, he's just like a boss with mediocre AI. Shitty fight. There's the Dragon God, where you have to, like, smash these barriers and stay out of his sight. They don't explain to you that you can smash the barriers. There's never been a barrier that you had to smash before, so it's kind of fucked up that they think you'd even know what to do. I literally had to look up how to proceed there. But, I mean, that's all there is to it. You hide from, shoot him with some ballistas, and you go punch his face a couple times once he's down. It's basically like the bed of chaos of that game. Shitty fight. Really fucking frustrating too, because he can like one-hit you if you get caught. And the final boss is a fucking joke. Like, it's a literal slug and it can barely fucking even reach you. So it won't kill you. The second to last boss is the final boss, which is why it's so hard. And like, it's okay with when you keep that in mind, but I was also very disappointed. Like, I was expecting an actual boss fight. When I got to the end, I was like, oh. I think the karma system's like a neat addition, because honestly, Dark Souls as it is, I wouldn't call an actual RPG. Like, yeah, it has leveling, but that's it. And the stats aren't really meaningful in any capacity. Like, there's fundamentally no difference between strength and dex and intelligence other than the weapons that it lets you use. It's not like strength increases your equipment load and that's the only stat that does it, and then dexterity increases your attack speed and move speed, and you know how it is in other games. There's just nothing to them. And I think they're like really terrible for character building. They're fun to explore, like they're enjoyable experiences, but again, I think they're just like hack and slash games. They're not really RPGs. There's no role playing to be had, whether that's character building or decision making. Hell, the NPCs are so fucking cryptic that you won't even make any decisions when there are a few in the game.
Now this is a surprise. Zach.
That's another tangent, though. I think we might have said everything there is to say. Like, it's basically just Dark Souls, but with some worse design. Short, linear levels. Literal levels. You, like, travel between archstones like it's fucking Mario 64. The healing is a noticeable flaw. A lot of grinding, too, because of that kind of thing. But, like, you know, otherwise it's Dark Souls, and just wish the bosses were better and there was more of it. But I get it, From Software was in a massive studio at the time, and I don't know. There's a broken archstone, which makes it feel like there's a world that was supposed to be in the game and got cut. They say that like the fog enveloped it, so they destroyed the archstone. So for lore, it's destroyed, but my gut's telling me that was a budget cut. I really wish that they like implemented it in the remake, but they did not. So, I mean, it was alright. Again, I'm really impressed with like the visuals and sound design, which is the whole point of playing the remake, I suppose. But design-wise, a bit disappointing. I'd give it like... I'd probably give the original game a 6. I'd give this one a 7 for its presentation, like giving bonus points, but you know, it was enjoyable, but just like slightly above average. It was almost a meh because of all the shitty boss fights. For the swamp, it was such a pain in the ass to get to the boss, but then you get to the boss and you just like put fire on your weapon and it's a fucking joke. So even though those ones were more normal fights, those were still shit. Yeah. I think that's all I can think of right now, so I had an alright time. I've started New Game Plus, and it's, like, significantly harder. I don't know if I'll finish it. I wanted to, like, at least get all the rings and stuff for the achievements, but again, it has multiplayer achievements, so I'm not getting them all. And it seems like I'm gonna have to play at least another 2 or 3 runs because of the stupid world tendency not being easily manipulated without multiplayer.
You're surprised. This is my house.
You talking to me, boy?
I can set foot wherever I please within my own house. Or is that against the law now, too, FBI?
Where's Professor R? I know she came here.
100 years ago, my father, Isaac Clarkson, came to this town and subjugated its people with his might. In time, he created an empire that put the entire southwest region of Louisiana right in the palm of his hand. Whenever any of his kin betrayed him, he'd cut them limb from limb and make an example of them. The shadows need a way of keeping the balance too, you see. That's why the severed roots exist. Sometimes they chop a fella's ears off, or maybe scoop his eyes out. Then they chop off all the limbs. Either way, they all ended up looking the same in the end. No different from mixing up the ingredients in your food. But
At the dolly? Who dared destroy the dolly? Little Barbie.
This is sick. Why would any soul ever need to line up the stumps all neat like this?
You're right. That is a little insane. Like, cutting someone up's one thing, but like, what the fuck did they do here? What's with the presentation?
What's happening in Lucari right now ain't right. It ain't nothing like what we got up to back in my day. You know, kinda feels like what you call pure evil. I'll be real honest here. Right now, I'm afraid. The evil that's taken this era by the balls is trying to gobble up Lucari too. Francis York Morgan, you FBI son of a bitch. Just what in hell did you come to this town for?
Well, I hate to rain on your sensational parade of a monologue, but my answer is simple. I came here chasing a drug called Sang Rouge that's been steadily permeating the southern states, and I plan to arrest all the perpetrators involved in the name of justice.
Oh, you sure sound like a devil, all right.
So be it. You're free to interpret my words any way you like.
So even if we do end up arresting Professor R, there's this goddess of fertility that we have to figure out. It doesn't seem like the mastermind. I don't know what rank you could have above goddess.
Well, interpret this. You've come here to bring death and destruction to our town, or my name isn't P.J. Clarkson.
I mean, technically the murder case was solved when we arrested Gerlina, right? We're not really looking for them anymore. This is all about the drug.
You leave a mountain of corpses in your wake. So go on and suffer in the name of justice or whatever you want to call it.
Zach, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to prove that we fight on the side of justice. But why was Philip here in the first place? I thought we were inside her mind. No need to answer, Zach. The only reason this world's so fun is because of all the mysteries it holds.
What? Root beer. Hell yeah, bro. There's the doll. Does look like Lisa. Thing is, Galena's kind of dead now. Like, do we bring it to her grave or something? I mean, that's the only thing I can think to do. What do you think's the right thing? I don't know, their favorite hangout spot? Crikey. Forgot about the red barrels. They've been there. I just haven't been shooting them. It's weird, because my first instinct when I saw them the first time was to fucking shoot them. Ah. Ah. Is this the same room?
I grew up in this room. As my back broke under all my father's expectations.
Your cocktail was delicious. So delicious, in fact, that it carried me off into a dream. Huh. Professor Oz. Coming back to this house. I don't believe for a moment that you'd ever risk your life just to get revenge on your father.
Leonard Clarkson. That was my name when I lived here. Everyone called me Lenna. My father taught me all sorts of things so that I would grow up to become a proper heir. How to manipulate people. How to properly use tools such as violence and rewards. But I could never bring myself to care about any of it.
You left this place in order to find your true self. But what did that achieve?
Covering.
In the end, you fell back into
Is
Lucaria.
that how the Barbie was
Now
oriented?
you spend your time selling the new drug you created, preying on the weak. You and the Clarksons are exactly alike in that regard. No, you choose your victims indiscriminately, which makes you even uglier.
Some people find joy in ruining themselves, offering up their lives to whatever they worship. This cycle has repeated itself since long ago. To me, it's the most noble of actions. Surely you must agree, Agent Morgan.
Stop trying to rationalize your crimes with that dramatic gibberish. Vicissitudo, the Latin word used to describe a fluctuation between two polar opposites. Galena's body wasn't a declaration of war. It was this, wasn't it? Those severed roots were fakes. Who did you force to kill Galena?
I can't believe you figured out that much. You're dangerous.
What you're talking about is true madness, not some noble fairy tale.
You're going to shoot me. Okay. Go ahead and shoot. Come on! Shoot me! The Clarkson bloodline is cursed. It needs purification. A blood purge!
This is a long level. The last one was like 2 sections, and the second one ended with the boss. This is section 3. Or is it 4 even? I wonder if we're gonna fight PJ or Lenna though. slowly declining in bullets. Goddamn. Shoot him. Fucking. Shoot him dead. Dare you. Oh shit. Yeah, we're never going into one of these shrunk again. It's funny, but it's awful. Oh my god. Sweet mother of Christ. Reload my fingers real quick. I bet the lock-on would have been real helpful against some of these. I haven't been using it much. Because it has a resource. I should be using it on the big guys at least. Damn. God damn. That's pretty good. I'm out of ammo. Oh. Bitch, I walked right into that. Fucking punch him! Damn it all. Do I have anything to cure this fucking paralysis? I do not. Alright, we'll live now. I have ammo in the toolbox. I just need to get to a toolbox. Hey, I got ammo. These guys are only really threatened that they spawn shit. I was afraid to get close to them, but it seems like ammo is kind of wasted. and the altar's night. Oh, there's the toolbox. Need fucking ammo. So much goddamn coffee. Give me a couple medkits still. But mostly bullets. Alright. 500 ought to be enough. Okay. I've seen worse low budget dungeons. That's pretty difficult, but like
a red tree and a translucent
fucking
cocoon.
Yakuza 7 had this also trashy underground thing that sucked. It's like the same shit.
The goddess of fertility will descend into Lucare, and then the sweet fruit will be ours. Destruction is the first step to creation. Lisa's death sent everything into motion. There's no stopping it now. Her death proved how determined I am, how dedicated I am to all who trust in me. Galena and Lise, their deaths were not in vain. They led us to the harvest. The Clarkson blood curse will be washed away. Life must be sacrificed. Blood purge. Blood purge. Blood. Blood. I need blood!
Okay. Bust a cap in yo ass. Ah. Oh shit, I'm poisoned. That's not good. Bodied. Hey, fuck this, right? Unless she turns into some fucking phase 2 monster. Oh. Yep, that might have been a mistake. I also noticed that when I tried to change my ammo type, I went to a different charm loadout. I don't know if there's a loadout screen that I've been missing this whole time, but yeah, for a good chunk of this I wasn't using my buff damage. just done that, but I was scared of what might happen after I've brought her health bar down.
Galena and
Still kind of am.
They're both dead. I can't turn back now! The Red Soul can't die here! You can't erase it! Blood Purge! The Blood Purge! We will create a new world! A new generation! The blood must be purified!
You taking a shit?
That's the true self you worked so hard to find. I'm sorry, Lenna. I gave you far more credit than I ever should have.
Similar aesthetic, but I think it is a different monster. I don't really remember.
Proud souls, divine life-given form. But at some
Looks like a
point,
stand.
that blood became tainted. So I decided to reset it. I need to purify this corrupt blood for the one I love most. After I left home, I met the Red Soul and acquired a guide. And so I created the red powder and became an apostle for the red magic. The red powder transforms the body from within. It creates empowered souls, and mature souls are the greatest offering one can present to the goddess. Lys and Galena didn't lose their minds. They both died with honor.
Died with honor? Just how deluded are you? You dismembered them and strung up their bodies in the name of vapid symbolism. Where's the honor in that? So what if they said they wanted to die? Cultists have been saying that for centuries.
Silence! You will impede us no longer.
You're always so smug. Oh, how I hate you. This is the last you'll ever see of my plan.
Now die!
Alright, the other monsters died. That's good.
Purification!
Fuck. Go.
Fire and brimstone!
Ow.
No one can stop my plan.
Let me just drink another coffee because this one looks like a pain in the ass to try and shoot.
This can't be happening. I'm supposed to be invincible.
Don't worry about it. Fuck you.
If you kill me, no one will be left to tell you about the plan.
Pretty cool shot. Hopefully it doesn't fucking kill me.
No. How could I lose? But it's too late. No one can stop my plan. Now, not even me. Red Tree!
Red tree, what could it mean? Now, I'm seriously curious how FK is connected to this case. I have not seen anything at all resembling Kaysen. Again, like, is he some kind of weird supernatural entity? Like, is he even Forrest Kaysen right now? I don't know. It's likely whatever this red soul they're talking about is. Like, is it a god? Kind of like whatever York is to Zack. What the hell happened to you? Oh, they're dead. Okay.
Lenna, let go. I'm going to count to 3. Then you're going to get down on the ground and put your hands behind your head. Got it?
See this? If I let go, the bomb in the fireplace will explode.
Do something smart for once, Lenna. Detonating that bomb won't solve anything.
You're wrong, Agent Morgan. It'll give me the ending I've always dreamed of.
Leonard, you're wrong. Killing me won't bring back our family's prosperity.
No! I know I am right!
You never change. Once you make up your mind, that single idea possesses you. It's almost like you're cursing yourself. Oh, my, always holding on to all your pain.
No! You're the one who's wrong!
When you first told me about the disparity between your mind and your body, I didn't know.
Stop it! I don't want to hear this!
But I always knew from the very start.
Stop talking!
There was something special inside you.
A woman.
I also know that you had any cause with your sister. Your own flesh and blood.
Shut up!
I just didn't know how to treat you. I'm sorry.
You tell me they like became a woman because they wanted to like suppress their penis?
Please.
Because they like feel guilt for using their older sister?
Ever hated you. I always loved you. From the bottom of my...
I said shut up.
Don't, Lenna!
This is necessary. All of
Gator's
the corrupt
conveyance.
blood must die. The Clarkson's blood must be purged. Then, the purity that's left behind can rebuild the Clarkson's legacy.
Is that the goddess of fertility?
Go and see her with your own eyes. You're an FBI special agent. Surely you can find her. No one can stop my plan now. Not even me.
No, stop!
Oh. It's a dud.
Patricia Clarkson.
Don't tell me Patty's the goddess. She can't be the mastermind. She's a fucking 13-year-old girl. Oh, look at the meat. Hot. I don't know, there is something suspicious about Patty, like she is hiding something, like she definitely hung out with Professor R a lot more than she's letting on. And she got all weird when we had to talk about it, but, you know, it made sense. Oh, that's cool.
Pa! Oh, Pa! Oh my God!
Golden gun. Here?
Agent York? Can you hear me?
What is it, Patty? Where's Melvin?
What timing, Patty?
I don't
Very
know.
suspicious.
He won't answer me, and he ain't at the sheriff's office either. What should I do? You think he got caught up in some kind of trouble?
Oh, shit! I got nothing now. I can't.
Patty, I need someone at the Clarkson's house ASAP. I don't care who you send. They can also ask Daniel Clarkson about the details once they get here. And you should also call an ambulance, just in case. Got it?
Huh? Sure.
I'm going to head straight over to the sheriff's office, Patty. Let's meet up there.
I don't know, the way Patty isn't, like, fazed by any, like, violent stuff, too. Also pretty abnormal, like, I've never watched CSI, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't show anything as graphic as the severing ritual on a television program like that. And maybe like a cheap mock-up, but like all the blood and like the gory details, it shouldn't compare to seeing the real thing, you know? Well, the new enemy type was added to the endlessly spawning red things. Like 30 of. gonna tell me when I've defeated enough? I haven't been counting. Oh boy. You know that medium health kit doesn't heal like 50% of the health bar or whatever, like it's a medium amount. That's kind of like how the grass works in Demon Souls. You'd assume the half moon grass would be half your health, but no, it's a specific amount. It just doesn't fucking tell you anywhere how much that is. Count to 10, and hopefully that'll have been enough, because I feel like I've maybe killed over 30 at this point. 2. 4, 5. 6. 10. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Get paid to use Wyvern. I'm supposed to go right to the police station, so I guess Casa Pineapple. Jesus Christ, we're at 4 hours. Well, there's probably going to be a cutscene, but there is a safe phone at the police station, so that's where we're going anyways.
Let's come back during...
Shit. Okay, well... The Casa Pineapple. I may have shot a little over the time that I wanted to go for. But that's okay, because most of it was in the dungeon, which means I'll just, like... Clarkson house, dungeon, whatever. And that's all I'll have to say. Like that and talking about Demon Souls, so that's how easy I am with these things. And I'll just take off at like an hour or two easy. Wandering around the overworld, where I have to like keep skipping by like 5-10 minutes. Like, wait, am I doing something else here? Am I talking about something? Like, it's hard. It's hard in a game that doesn't have levels, you know? When we're playing Zelda, it's easy. I'm like, okay, now we're in the field doing side quests, now we're in the water temple, now we're in the... you know... But, I will worry about that, and hopefully finish catching up on those. We're gonna keep this sexy beard. Hopefully it gets longer. Fuck not. Anyways, that's all we got for this week. And hopefully I don't mess anything up next week. Like having my mic not freaking record. I think that's all we had to say. So, bye-bye. Always... You gotta wait a couple seconds before you hit this button, because there's like a slight delay on the stream, so like... my bye-bye gets cut out sometimes, and that makes me feel bad. I always say bye-bye, guys.